What's good? Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Hope all of you are having a fantastic weekend to round things out. You're watching Philadelphia Eagles now by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Senior. Thank you so much for joining us. And no matter where you are or how you're rocking with us, we appreciate you for making our coverage a part of your NFL Draft weekend coverage. And I understand that all 7 rounds are in the rear view here for the Philadelphia Eagles. Our coverage does not stop because they made some great roster moves, bringing in some really intriguing UDFAs on top of Howie Roseman knocking it out of the park throughout all 7 rounds in the draft. I gave them an A grade. We put that video up on the channel yesterday. Be sure to check it out. So on today's program, a look at which UDFAs the Eagles signed following the NFL draft and some great background information on all of them. But first, we're going to continue to bring the heat even though the draft is over right here on the channel. The last couple of days, statistically, analytically, the best few days in the history of Philadelphia Eagles now. The views were popping. Our live shows were fantastic. It would not be made possible without all of you. So if you want shows, analysis every single day, and to get informed on all things Eagles on the daily, year-round, please lock us in and subscribe. You will not be disappointed by our coverage. So let's first take a look at all of the Eagles UDFAs here, bringing in several here. Joseph Ngata, the wide receiver out of Clemson. Zettner, he has a booming leg, the punter out of Kansas State. Trevor Reed, offensive tackle out of Louisville. Makai Garner, cornerback out of LSU. A lot of people really excited about him. The most notable name on this list, Eli Ricks. Second to that is Jadon Haselwood. VanSumerin is the linebacker out of Michigan State. And then Brady Russell, tight end out of Colorado. So a couple of players here to Philadelphia. And keep in mind that this list, it's going to be fluid. It could change. This is as of early on Sunday afternoon. So if there's a name on this list or there isn't a name on this list, keep in mind that things do change on the UDFA tracker. With that, our poll question today is this: who's your favorite Eagles UDFA signing? Just drop me a name down below in the comment section. Excited to see what you come up with. And what a job Howie Roseman did in all 7 rounds of the NFL draft. And in the first round, Jalen Carter at number 9. Nolan Smith at number 30. The 2 Georgia Bulldogs from the defending national champions are now going to be rocking midnight green for the Philadelphia Bulldogs, or Athens North, however you want to deem it. And you see Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith here. Let me tell you about my best friend. They're now together, they're reunited, and they're sticking together, right? As a 1-2 punch along this Eagles defensive line. And you see the hats that they're rocking, right? The Eagles draft hats. If you want to look like them, look fresh with some swagger about you, and support the Birds, these are some of the best Eagles draft hats that I've seen in recent memory, and you can get them. Available right now. Great deals, too, on the site at chatsports.com/EaglesDraft. All thanks to our friends at Fanatics. We'll put that link in the comment section and in the description of this video. Let's begin here with Joseph Negata, the wide receiver out of Clemson. Big frame at 6'3", 217 pounds. Had underwhelming production at Clemson. His best year came in 2022 when he had 41 catches for 526 yards and 2 touchdowns, but a guy with really intriguing size. Shout out to our COO, Brett Scott. He told me about this signing last night right after the draft ended, and it's Zettner, the punter out of Kansas State. Aaron Sipos is officially on the hot seat. Zettner is a really good specialist here. The Eagles might need an upgrade from Aaron Sipos, and at least Zettner would give him some competition. He was a Ray Guy Award semifinalist in 2022 for the nation's best punter, averaged 44.5 yards per punt, putting 27 times inside the 20-yard line. Coffin corner, what up? Trevor Reed, offensive tackle out of Louisville, 6'4" almost, started 2 seasons at left tackle for Louisville. He's a really athletic prospect with upside, but is considered to be quite raw after getting a late start in football. I'm sure Jeff Stoutland is really excited to try to coach this guy up. Makai Garner, people excited about him. Good size here, 6'2", 212 out of LSU. Big physical corner who started 1 year at LSU after transferring from Louisiana. He had 43 tackles and good numbers here. 8 pass breakups this past season. Eli Ricks, let's spend a couple of moments on him. He started his career at LSU. He transfers to Alabama. As you can see on the thumbnail here, this dude has such long arms and awesome length. He's probably the best UDFA that the Eagles got here. Pretty good corner last year for Alabama. And what the Eagles did last year, they got a pretty good UDFA in Josh Jobe. He made the 53-man roster. He could get snaps here in 2023. Eli Ricks does have that opportunity to crack the 53-man roster. Played just one season at Alabama. He is 6'2", 188 pounds, 4 interceptions as a freshman in 2020. Jadon Haselwood, when he was coming out of high school, the #1 wide receiver coming out of that high school class. He originally went to Oklahoma. He did play there with Jalen Hurts. Then he transferred to Arkansas, where he did play pretty solid, right? Good size at 6'2", 215. He's going to be reunited with Hurts here in Philadelphia. He played at Oklahoma for 3 years before finishing off his college career at Arkansas with Hurts in 2019. Not a lot of production here, and that's been the problem with him. The high recruitment didn't really match the statistics. 19 catches, 272 yards, and a touchdown. VanSumerin, the linebacker out of Michigan State. Eagles kind of have a need for a linebacker here. Began his college career at Michigan as an offensive player, but then he flipped to defense and eventually became a starter for the Spartans. In 2022, he was able to tally 81 tackles and 3 tackles for loss. He's extremely athletic and has crazy testing numbers. Brady Russell, tight end out of Colorado. Solid size, 6'2", 247 pounds out of Portland, Oregon. That rounds out all of the Eagles UDFAs here. So 8 players in total here. Was not ranked in our draft database. That's why he did not get selected this past weekend, but has an opportunity to continue his professional football career with the Philadelphia Eagles or another team if he ends up impressing. So Howie Roseman. You know, Bryce Harper in the playoffs last year, I'm going to go lefty here. Knocked it out of the park, right, on multiple occasions. I'm a righty. Here's a look at my right-handed swing. Boom. That was Howie Roseman this past weekend. I mean, he put the ball on the tee, and he's just spraying line drive home runs all across the field. Like, what he was able to do, really, really impressive for Philadelphia. I gave him an A grade. As I said, you can go back and watch our draft grades. I thought that Howie Roseman was superb, sensational. He got all these dogs who are now coming to the defending NFC champions, and I think the Eagles overwhelmingly won draft weekend, and it's impressive what they were able to do because they were a Super Bowl team last year, right? And they're just as talented, but able to replenish some of that talent. And they traded for Philadelphia's own DeAndre Swift. So with that, here's the question to round things out. Your favorite move of the weekend? What was it? Let me know down in the comments section. We appreciate all of you for watching the show, and we'll catch you next time here on Eagles Now.